From its very first seasons, the TV series Game of Thrones captured audiences' attention and became one of the defining screen adaptations of the fantasy genre. And of course, Jon Snow is one of the most compelling characters in this story. In large part because we get to watch the transformation of who he is. From a bastard, seemingly destined to fade into obscurity in the ranks of the Night's Watch, to the true king of the Seven Kingdoms, who turns away from power for the sake of humanity. And that transformation is fully reflected in how Jon Snow appears on screen. In this video, we'll break down every nuance of those changes, craft and discuss the armor of this iconic character. And of course, uncover the historical context behind it. You're watching Fable Fabric. Let's begin. In the previous episode, we showed the process of making the shirt and trousers, so if you missed that one, be sure to check it out. And before you do, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Only your support and engagement help us keep creating new, extraordinary pieces. Now, onward, straight to the parts of Jon Snow's costume designed to protect our hero. We'll start with the quilted jacket. First comes the cutting. Then, to keep the stitching perfectly straight, the craftsman uses a special tool to punch holes for the thread. Next, we take the cotton batting and secure it between the layers. After that, the piece is clamped in place, and the long, painstaking work of quilting every layer begins. Only when every component of the jacket is finished can the master begin assembling them into a whole. This seemingly simple garment plays a crucial role. If you look at the construction of medieval armor, quilted padding is everywhere. The most common form of protection was chainmail, but wearing it over nothing more than a shirt or tunic was out of the question. First, and this is obvious, mail can badly tear up the skin. But even more important is that, by its very nature, chainmail dissipates impact energy extremely poorly. Even if an arrow or spear doesn't punch through, without proper cushioning, the blow can easily crack ribs or damage internal organs. That's exactly what a thick, quilted jacket was for. It was typically made from many layers of dense fabric and stuffed with tow or cotton. Often it was sturdy enough to serve as armor on its own. In our case, we're using leather as the primary material. The series shows Jon in a leather jacket, but frankly, that choice raises a lot of questions. We'll come back to that later. For now, let's move on to making the gorget. First, we create the leather lining. Without it, the steel part of the costume wouldn't just be uncomfortable, it would be downright dangerous, especially in northern weather. The lower portion must cover the shoulders and chest, while the upper portion should fully protect the neck. Next comes the steel gorget itself. It will consist of two parts, front and back, joined with leather straps. To begin, the craftsman cuts the blank with metal shears. Afterward, the edges are razor sharp, so they must be dressed immediately. Then, using a mallet and a specialized anvil stake, he starts shaping the piece. While that work is underway, let's step into history. At first glance, a gorget doesn't seem like a complex piece of armor. Yet beyond protecting the throat, it served an important symbolic role in our own world. As armor became less common on battlefields, the gorget lived on as a sign of knighthood and noble status. From the 16th century onward, it steadily shrank, becoming part of ceremonial military dress, right up into the 20th century. In Jon Snow's case, the gorget bears the emblem of House Snow. We create it by embossing, so it can later be mounted onto the gorget. After transferring the design to the blank, the craftsman uses a tool to establish the main forms, then switches to a finer instrument to bring out the small details. And now we come to the central and most controversial part of this build. In the series, Jon Snow, like many of the Starks, wears a plate-based armor, essentially a brigandine. Steel plates riveted to a sturdy fabric foundation, primarily meant to protect the torso. To achieve the same visual effect, we use elements made of thick leather. The craftsman carefully glues them to the leather base, then covers the entire piece with a second layer of leather. It's crucial to bevel and prepare the edges of the internal elements in advance. Otherwise, after smoothing, the leather will lose its shape. Once the separate pieces are stitched together, it's time for the rivets. For us, they're mostly an aesthetic tribute, but in real armor, rivets are what held metal plates securely in place so they wouldn't shift. So why is this part so controversial? Jon Snow dons this plate armor after leaving the Night's Watch, and that act signals that he has become a full participant in the struggle for the Seven Kingdoms, as a member of House Stark. But that raises an obvious question. Why does no one from the noble House Stark wear full, proper armor? We see a few steel elements on Robb Stark, and even then, only sparingly. According to Michelle Clapton, the lead costume designer of Game of Thrones, she chose materials for northern warriors that felt more closely associated with northern peoples: leather, fur, coarse cloth. Yes, we can understand why the main characters don't wear helmets. Viewers might not recognize them in the chaos of large crowd scenes. But it's hard to understand why the creators so stubbornly avoid even chainmail, especially when other characters use it perfectly well. Still, back to the Brigandine. The show's makers tell us its design draws from European and Japanese lamella armor. But when we dig into the sources, we can say with confidence that Jon Snow's armor is closer to a Mongol lamella cuirass known as a kuyak. That's where you find a similar structure with long skirts that protect the thighs. Because first and foremost, this kind of armor was made for a mounted warrior, for whom thigh protection is essential. What's fascinating is that it was through the Mongols that lamella armor found its way into Europe, where it took hold as a simpler yet comfortable and effective way to protect the body. Traditionally, the plates in armor like this were attached to a fabric foundation, so the costumer's decision to use leather looks strange. Leather tends to stretch and change shape with humidity. That's why lighter, durable fabric was preferred. It's far easier to dry, and most importantly, it allows better mobility than thick leather. The final step in our build is binding the edge of the piece with a separate leather strip. This helps the Brigandine hold its shape and protects the leather from wear. And at last, all the elements of our armor are finished.
I never wanted it. I never asked for it. But I accepted it because the North is my home. It's part of me and I will never stop fighting for it. I am true to my word, or I try to be. That is why I cannot give you what you ask. I cannot serve two queens.
Thank you so much for being with us. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment telling us what piece we should make next. See you next time.